Welcome to the Gamer Recaps. Today, I'll be showing you a 2000 cyberpunk-themed action role-playing video game called Deus Ex. The game takes place in 2052, and the world is a dangerous and chaotic place. You live in an alternative history, where real-world conspiracy theories are true, including Area 51, and mysterious groups such as Majestic 12 and Illuminati exist to control the masses and seize power in their hands. A lethal pandemic, known as the Grey Death, has ravaged the world's population, especially within the United States, and there is no cure available. Ambrosia, a synthetic vaccine, manufactured by the company VersaLife, nullifies the effects of the virus, but is in critically short supply. Because of this, Ambrosia is seemingly only available to the government officials and a select group of industry leaders. The scarcity takes over, and with no cure available for public, everything is in chaos. But despite all this chaos, there is still hope. There is you. You play as J.C. Denton, a rookie but highly promising nano-augmented agent, working for the anti-terrorist organization called UNETCO. The first mission takes you in Liberty Island and serves as an introduction to the game's mechanics and story. The mission begins with a briefing from J.C.'s brother, Paul, who instructs you on your first day as an agent. The objective is to apprehend a group of terrorists who have taken over the Statue of Liberty. You are given a variety of weapons and equipment and must navigate through a series of obstacles, including security checkpoints and hostile guards. Eventually you rescue the captured agent and proceed to the top of the building to confront the terrorist leader. Depending on your actions throughout the mission, the confrontation can end in a variety of ways, including a peaceful resolution or a violent shootout. After all is over, you meet up with Paul at the UNETCO headquarters, where you can spend some time exploring the place and meet other NPCs. Your second mission begins with the briefing from the UNETCO chief, who shares information about the Ambrosia's whereabouts and gives specific instructions to you and your brother. At the drop spot, you meet another agent, Anna, who briefs and provides more information to JC, and so the second mission begins. You then recover a unit of Ambrosia and deal with a hostage situation in the subway. Afterward, JC disables the generator so that his brother's team can gain access to the facility and safely recover the cure. When JC returns to UNETCO, you are told that Paul's team was nonetheless unsuccessful. At the headquarters, you cross paths with Walton Simons, the director of an organization called FEMA. But Walton Simons seems to have more access and influence on the situation than you'd expect for someone in his position to have. Chasing the cure leads JC to race to stop the Ambrosia from leaving the city. You travel through underground tunnels of the Mole People until finally reaching the Helibase, where the vaccine is being prepared for transportation. There you finally unveil a piece of the puzzle, as you surprisingly meet your brother Paul there, who reveals to have been working as a double agent for the NSF, a terrorist organization, and urges you to reconsider his affiliations. You also track down a millionaire anarchist who apparently is funding the plot. After returning back to the HQ, you are told that your brother is to be treated as the enemy, who must be stopped at all costs. You're ordered to be dispatched to Hong Kong, but your pilot redirects you back to New York because of your brother's message. After Paul corroborates his accusations that UNETCO is a crooked organization, you agree to help the NSF by activating a distress signal. By doing this, JC becomes a wanted man by UNETCO and his kill switch is activated. JC is unable to escape and meets up with strong resistance he can't handle. Eventually you and Paul are captured and taken to a secret prison below UNETCO headquarters. Aided by a mysterious hacker named Daedalus, JC initiates his escape. As he makes his way out of the facility, he realizes that he is being held prisoner by Majestic 12, a secret US government organization tasked with the research and development of biotechnologies. You also find out that nano-augmented agents like yourself and your brother Paul all have a kill switch system that UNETCO can use to remotely terminate instantly. Before departing the facility, you retrieve the information necessary for disabling this kill switch, so that Tracer Torn, a talented scientist and ally of your brother, can help you neutralize this system. The next chapter takes you to Hong Kong to meet with Tom. But you must first settle a dispute between the Triads, the criminal organizations that direct the region's affairs. Due to the tension in their relationship, none of the Triad leaders are willing to help you find Tracer Tong. As you navigate through the dangerous streets of the city and complete missions for one of the leaders, you finally manage to gain his trust and he directs you to Tong, who helps you disable the kill switch implanted in your body. Tong and Daedalus dispatch you to VersaLife's facility for more information about the vaccine and the cure, where you eventually learn that the Grey Death is in fact a human-made virus, and ultimately you're directed to find a member of the Illuminati, Morgan Everett, who's the only one who can create a true cure for the virus. After this you go to Paris. You make a contact with Silhouette, another organization, working against Majestic 12, led by a charismatic leader, Chad Dumier. Dumier is initially hostile to you, believing that you're working for the Illuminati. However, you manage to gain his trust by demonstrating your abilities and willingness to take down the Illuminati. Dumier directs you to Nicolette Declaire, whose mother was a member of the Illuminati's innermost circle, the Council of Five. After searching Declaire's palace, you find a secret computer room that allows you to contact Morgan Everett. After this, you meet one of Everett's agents, in a metro station, who knocks you out and takes you to the estate. At Everett's place, you put together the remaining pieces of the puzzle. You also learn about various top-secret Area 51 AI projects, and discover that Daedalus is actually a sentient AI, developed by Majestic 12 that has since gone rogue. Icarus, his subsequent revision, is still controlled by Bob Page and MJ-12. Next, JC heads to Vandenberg Air Force Base, to get in contact with Gary Savage, the leading researcher in nanotechnology. The base is under the siege from Majestic 12, so JC removes these threats. After reactivating various technical systems, Daedalus and Icarus unexpectedly merge into a new entity called Helios that possesses yet another great power. A message from Bob Page suggests that this is part of his final plan to seize control over the globe and control the world by himself. Finally, after getting in contact with Savage and receiving various messages from your foes, you must find a way to rescue Savage's daughter, Tiffany, and then head for an undersea lab in order to retrieve information necessary for Savage's progress against Majestic 12. JC is successful, but then he discovers that Bob Page has aimed a nuclear missile at Vandenberg. You then race to redirect the launch to target the Area 51 instead, where Bob Page is preparing to merge with Helios, and you must stop him from becoming an invincible global dictator. You arrive there and survey the damage and finally penetrate the security. At this point, a number of courses of action are open to you. JC is contacted by Tong, Everett, and the Helios AI simultaneously. All three factions ask for your help in defeating Page, while furthering their own objectives. Tong seeks to plunge the world into a dark age by destroying the global communications hub and preventing anyone from taking control of the world. Everett offers you the chance to return the Illuminati to power by killing Page and using Area 51 technology to rule the world with an invisible hand. Helios wishes to merge with you and rule the world as a benevolent dictator, with infinite knowledge and reason. Ultimately, it comes down to your choice and decision that determines the future of the mankind and brings the game to a close. The question is, what do you choose? Thanks for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel.